Welcome on my YouTube channel, Truth in Motion Studios. In this vlog, I'm going to discuss conspiracy theories. What need do they meet, and why do I think they are easily a satanic voice? So, in my experience, conspiracy theories are thrilling. They're awesome. They give you a sense of power that you didn't have before. So, you know, the scale that we see today is mind-blowing because it's asocial. The ways that I was part of conspiracy theories, they were still on a grand scale, but kind of only part of the Christian world. So like I told you a while ago, I didn't go to my sister's wedding because what if God throws a comet on that church that day, and they're not even Christians, and essentially my group is the only real Christian group that really has the fire of the Lord in its midst. So that's a conspiracy, right? We have it all right and everybody else has it wrong. We don't have any proof of that, and even to go there is kind of mind-blowing, but we did it. And so doing that though, it met a need. I felt like I am super special, I am loved, I am understood, I've been seen for my huge potential. So you can see it kind of fed my ego, if you will, or maybe what the Bible would call the flesh. It really fed my flesh. And then my leaders every once in a while would pick up on the arrogance, and then they would chop me down a little bit, or a lot. And so I never really amounted to much in the group, but I certainly thought I was part of a secret knowledge, secret insight, and it was fascinating. It was thrilling. It really was all that and a bag of chips, because life the way it was, without knowing about demon possession, without who's in, who's out, how do I unlock the secrets of heaven or the blessings, not knowing that, I felt so powerless. And so now I felt like I had all this power that I didn't have before, and I wasn't fooled. I wasn't fooled by the devil because I knew. And that's the need, I think, that conspiracy theories meet. Now here's the tricky part. Some conspiracy theories have eventually been proven to be, they were onto something. Like for instance, during the Third Reich, this is a horrible topic, because I have to say, it's just a personal note, that people that I know that are tracking with all this QAnon stuff, they are Holocaust deniers. And that I take personally very hard. Like, I don't have words. I shake my head because I don't have words for that. So during the Holocaust, the government would create propaganda videos to prove to the people that were beginning to ask questions, where are my neighbors? Where are the people that owned these stores? Where are they? And they had these videos that were fake news, and they were showing these people that were dying, but they were showing them as if they had an awesome time in this la la land where they get to go, and their life is so much better now that they're there. And the reality was that they were murdered in concentration camps. And so the conspiracy was that the government is hiding something from the people, which they were. So yes, conspiracy theories, this is just one example, sometimes have something to them. But do you see how this was something that was provable? And there were, I'm not even going to go there. So this is huge, okay? Conspiracy theories can be true. So another way that I was part of conspiracy theories, this is something I only learned in the US, was that whole anti-vaccination thing, and with it, a natural way of medicine. And here's the thing, I had no idea that anti-vax is such a huge thing when I went to my naturopath and he told me to make sure I don't get vaccinated and so forth. then I didn't know that it would lead to me, and I've said this in another vlog on why I was vulnerable for spiritual abuse, that my firstborn was born 42 weeks into the pregnancy, which is kind of unusually late, and no labor, no natural labor inside. So this poor baby had to be born in an emergency C-section, which was traumatic for me and the baby. And he was severely, like he was born in a bodysuit that was too big, is what the doctors called it, because he had lost so much weight. But my natural medicine world told me, oh, you'll be fine. You know, you'll go into labor any day. So what I'm saying, it meets a need, you feel in control, but Judgment Day is coming. And when I say Judgment Day, I mean reality will hit the fan. And I have been so humbled by that experience with my child, that my responsibility, I thought I could just go with what the people that never studied medicine, that have gotten their information from internet websites, that would work well for me. And you know, you get a lot of support there. It's awesome. It's just super. So, but none of that would have helped if my baby had died. What would they have said? So I'm saying to you this, the need, it's meeting, well, I get it. We all have needs, they need to be met, great. We feel powerless in this world, we feel overwhelmed by all the information. I mean, how do you tell truth from lie or deception? So I get it. Now, why do I call this a satanic voice? That it can become a satanic voice. Well, what is the Satan? The Satan is a New Testament term, it's Greek, and it means the accuser of the brethren. And the concept is right there in the story of Genesis 3, where Eve hears that voice. Did God really say? And so that's basically what it is. Is this what is really going on? Or is there something else going on? Is there someone who's trying to hide something from you? And I want to say that that voice in my life has never gone away, never. And I've done years of praying. I've fasted, I've done worship service after worship service. And here's my theory. I don't think I'm possessed by Satan as much as that it is on the spectrum of human freedom. I have the freedom to say, I blame you, I blame God, I blame my neighbor, I blame my children, my husband, whoever, or I love them. You can't do both, but you're free to do both. And this is what I'm seeing playing out. Bear with me. Someone dies at the hands of the police. Now, instead of saying, oh, something's really wrong with our police because it seems like the people of the same color keep having the same experience here, that's an awful thing. It's like it's earth-shattering. The more your faith is in the institution of the police, in the institution of the state, if you need them to be the heroes, the good guys, then that is like it pulls the rug from under your feet. It can't be true. It can't be true. So what is the easier thing to believe? Oh, that person had it coming. You guys, I live in Minnesota. I don't live far away from Minneapolis. What I've read a couple days ago about that the person of George Floyd was murdered by fake police, that the people are insane. It's what it feels like to me. But again, I get it. We need to feel in control. So we're coming up with this stuff. Then we feel better about ourselves and our reality, and we're in charge. And here's the other thing why it is satanic. We're accusing the weak. That's what we do. We, rather than having to look at, oh, society maybe has a problem. Am I benefiting from this? Is that why I don't want to take a look at it? We're blaming the victims, and we're saying It's your fault. And what I've heard about the idea, what is really had been happening behind the scenes, it's no, I just want to, again, I have no words, because it is overwhelmingly awful what people come up with just so that they don't have to take responsibility. And I feel like that is what it boils down to. Same with the violence now that happened this week at the Capitol. Rather than looking into the reality that words matter, that inciting violence literally again and again and again and again and again, and calling that good, calling that acceptable because God somehow, and then saying, oh, that wasn't our people who were blowing up, it was another group, then like wrap your mind around that. It's not that you don't just take no responsibility, you're blaming someone else. And you don't have to have empathy. You don't have to worry about the victims. All you are then concerned with is that you are right and they are all wrong and they had it coming. So that's why I call it a satanic voice. If it has gotten to the level where, because of conspiracy theories that are unproven, and they have been unproven over years, over decades, or they have been proven to be false, it leads, and I need you to observe that for yourself, it leads you down a path of losing the ability to look at human beings that have the image of God inside of them, all of them, all of them. So if that's where you are at, that they're all just pawns, these people. They're not even real people. They are in some kind of a secret organization, and this is all just to cause trouble, and it has nothing to do with you and what you believe in and what you are in alignment with. Well, I know that you wouldn't be watching my video right now, so why I am even addressing you, I'm not really sure. But I know that I understand the need, and I'm saying your need will not be met there, because bigger than your need to feel empowered is your need to be a human. You might not know that, but being a human is to admit powerlessness, weakness. That's what we saw in Christ. He rather died than killing his enemies. And if you read the Bible and you miss the part about love your neighbor, love your enemy, pray for the ones that are coming after you, the other cheek, if you're missing that part and you see the violence and you think all that is bigger than the revelation of God that we have in Jesus, and then that's your path. I hope that you will at some point stay reflective, and maybe that's the question we can ask people, at least stay reflective. Do you love? Who do you love? And they would say, I love God, because that's what I would say. I love God. I love him so much, I've shred myself of humanity. But that wasn't love, it was fear. It was fear. It was the fear of doing it wrong, because God's judgment is so scary. And I didn't want to be found a goat or whatever. Like, I didn't want to be found not doing it right, believing it wrong, acting wrong. But I didn't know what spirit I was of. And I feel when I look at my evangelical friends from the past, they don't know what spirit they are from. They want to rain fire on a world that God so loves. So that's the Satan to me. To blame everyone else and not look at yourself. That's the accuser of the brethren, and that's how we participate in it. So that's what I have to say to you today. I am just shook, as we all are, for different reasons, I guess, because there's enough people who feel very comfortable right now that their thing had nothing to do with what happened. Yeah, so Lord have mercy. Christ have mercy. Lord have mercy, because we have freedom. And we can use that freedom to accuse, or we can use that freedom to learn from the example of Jesus and be love. Be love. Feed the poor. Heal. Be gentle. Humble. Take on his yoke. It's light. Be carriers of actual good news, because in our own lives it's good news.